Hey guys, it's Eric with the Happy, Healthy Human Podcast, 3 H's. We discuss the 5 factors of health: training, mindset, connection, nutrition, rest, and recovery. And it's great to be back. It's been a while since we've had an episode, and we have a very special guest here, my Asian brother here, Anthonee Yim. And but yeah, Anthonee Yim is a 29-year-old, second-generation Korean American. And you have a really interesting introduction here. You are a truck driver and a aspiring professional CrossFit athlete. Let's just get right into that. Let's talk about that, man. You're a truck driver and an aspiring professional CrossFit athlete. What is that? How?
Yeah, trucking is definitely not my choice of career, but it's what my dad does. He's been doing it for like 17 years. So
Like logistics, right?
Yeah, he's an owner operator for FedEx.
Okay.
Yeah. So, CrossFit, that's my passion. That's what I want to do. If I were to choose to do something for a job, that'd be it. But when COVID started, he needed help. Like, he didn't have enough drivers, and at that time, like, nobody wanted to work. Everybody wanted to stay home, collect the checks and all that.
Yeah.
So and you couldn't go shop, so everything's ordering online. So
That's right.
Really busy.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, nobody had work, but for trucking and stuff like that, like, it
blew up. Yeah.
So that's when I got my CDO and then started driving.
What were you doing before that?
It was like a time span when I came back from Sacramento State from college,
Okay.
playing football. And I was just trying to figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was kind of a blessing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know. I know, like, that I want to do something in fitness.
Yeah.
Like, even at that time, I was just trying to figure it out. Was it like personal training
Yeah.
people?
So at that time, go back to 2020.
Yeah.
You were you had just come back from school?
Yeah. So just coming back from school and
Okay.
just trying to figure out what to do. Like, I started training for CrossFit.
Oh, okay. So you already were.
Because at Sacramento, when I got there, I had already had like a lot of concussions.
Okay.
So
What position did you play?
backer.
Okay.
Backer and safety and nickel.
Okay.
If you know.
And were you a football player like your entire athletic career?
I mean, that was like, when I said I'm an extremist, like, that was everything was focused around. I don't know. Like, I had a dream of making it to the league.
Like, you played like 7-on-7 growing up, and
I mean, yeah,
like
everything was surrounded around football. Like, just the way it is now
like
for
age
CrossFit.
8 years old, you're
No, I started in middle school, but before that, I played basketball.
Okay.
Before that, basketball was my dream.
me too.
Dude,
yeah.
like, lived right by the Staples Center in LA. Could see the Staples Center, and like every night when they had games, like the lights in the air. So I'm like, oh, the Lakers are playing. Go turn it on.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Basketball was my dream. Let me be the first.
But we stopped
Asian in the
growing
NBA.
though, bro.
Stopped growing, and then things didn't work out. But
Yeah.
in middle school, switched to football.
Okay.
And then that was like, okay, I don't know. I always just felt like I was meant to be an athlete, if that makes sense. So football was my dream. Like, everything surrounded around football. Like, even school took a back burner. It's like, would train.
You just do enough to just be able to play football.
Train before, go to practice, then finish practice, and then come home, go to the gym with my dad for like another 2-3 hours, and then like at night at like 11 or 12 do whatever homework I needed to do. Like my mom would want me to take AP classes and do all this, and like I just took me and my dad just take the easy classes, like whatever you get the least amount of homework so you could do training, more training outside of. I mean, it paid off, but I don't know. It's just always been an extreme.
You played 4 years at Sac State?
No, I played at Centennial, then took like a gray shirt year after. If you know what that is.
I know, red shirt. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a red shirt, but your clock doesn't start. So
okay.
It's a cheat code, honestly. I think more people should do it. So like you get to train and be on the team and do all that,
but you're not considered.
Your clock doesn't start because once you start your first year, then you have 4 years with a red shirt.
Oh,
so if you can gray shirt 2 years and your clock doesn't start and you still have like 4 years. Yeah. So you just take. You're not a full-time student, so full-time is 12 credits. So it has to be 12 or 11 or under. So you could take like 2, because usually full-time's like 3 or 4 classes, I think. So you can take 2 classes and then.
You're teaching NCAA hacks right now, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if you're serious about playing at the next level, you probably know. A lot of people don't know, but
that explains how you can have like
25-year-olds like still a sophomore.
Prep schools like all these prep schools. They're like,
the same
how
thing.
are you 23 and you're a freshman?
Same deal. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Gray shirted, played at Chafee for 2 years, Chafee Junior College. And
where's that?
In Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I mean my dream was always to play Division I. So like I had like 10 plus like Division II offers, but like
you didn't want
I was just stubborn.
Yeah.
I even took a visit to one of the schools and like committed and like signed my letter of intent.
Okay.
And then like, dude, everything in my heart was like, that was after my first year of junior college.
Okay.
So I committed to a school in Utah. Okay. Division II, full scholarship. And then when I got back home, I'm like, dude, it's not what I want. Like I want to play Division I. Like, so I called the coach back and had him like basically, I had to beg him to like cancel the.
Yeah, because you have to go.
Right. So I mean, he tried to do everything. Like he was like, yeah, how much money do you? I just told him like, yeah, my family's doing hard times. Like I gotta stay home. Like I lied to him. Like I gotta stay home and like help them out. He was like, all right, well, how much money would you need? Like basically, like and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It didn't really like hit me, but I was like, I was just so set on staying back and like just playing another year at JUCO. Because I talked to my coaches, they're like, yeah, you're for sure Division I, AA at least. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like that's my dream. Like, I just wanted to prove it to myself.
Yeah,
like,
you want to know.
Yeah, like at Centennial in high school, like after all the games, like playoffs and stuff, all the other coaches would always be like, yeah, so where you going? Like, who offered you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it like everybody else always like seemed to be like, yeah, you deserve to be there, but like, I don't know. Yeah, I just never got the opportunity, I guess. So
did you find CrossFit like in the weight room in college, or like how do you transition from?
I would say,
because if there were more football players transition to CrossFit like a regular thing, it would be a regular, but it's not. Right. So like, how does that happen for you?
I would say our strength coach at Chafee, he was kind of having us doing CrossFit. Okay. Like it would be, like we would always do conditioning for weights and stuff. It would be just a lot of CrossFit stuff. Like our max, like the lift we focused the most was like power cleans. Yeah. And then for conditioning, we'll be doing like suicides and like kettlebell, like thrusters, and then like rope, like, and it was just CrossFit. I didn't know what it was at the time. I was like, wow, I love this. I never had that type of training. Like going into football, it would always be like speed training or just like weights, but never like mixed like that.
It'd always be like skill specific training. Yeah.
Like we do like 100 run, like shuttle runs, and then come back.
Or 16s, right?
Yeah, and then do like kettlebell swings, and then squats, and then like a battle rope, and that'll be all nonstop. And dude, we were all fried and like, but I was like, dang, I love this. Like, I love the training more than football. Yeah. So.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, so he got like that, and then like I was eating at my friend's restaurant, and then the clean ladder in Carson was playing on the TV. Okay. And that was at the time where we're at Chafee, and then the power clean was our main lift. So I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, and I just kept watching.
What year was this?
Whenever the games were at Carson, I remember seeing like Elijah Muhammad on the screen.
Easy E, yeah.
So
20.
Probably like 16, 15.
2016,
one of those years. And then I was just like, wow.
Okay. So your journey with CrossFit really began almost 10 years ago, like 8 years ago now. But you didn't say like, this is what I want to do.
I didn't even know what it was. Like, but then yeah, when I got to Sac State and all that was happening during fall camp, like I had like a bad concussion and it was just like off a regular hit.
Yeah.
And then I had to be like in my room, like not, you know how you get a concussion, you're not supposed to see sunlight. I mean, I've never had one bad enough where when I went outside, it was just like, oh, that hurt. But at SAC, when I got to SAC, like they were getting bad. Like even like doing any movement, my head would just start pounding.
Wow.
And like in high school and college, like at junior college, like I always had concussions, but like I would just blow it off and it would be whatever. But when I got there, I was like, it was just off a regular hit. I got a concussion, and then the aftermath of it was like starting to get bad. And I knew that football was done for me when I was in my room, and I'm like I missed the train. Like I want to get back. Like as crazy as it sounds, like I was willing to die playing football.
Sure.
Like I would always like envision it too. Like I was like, oh, what if I'm on the kickoff and we hit and then I just go paralyzed, like, or I thought about that and I was like, dang, what if I don't get to train anymore?
Wow.
Like, all right, yeah.
That was your thought.
Like, what if I get paralyzed and I can't train anymore?
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
football
yeah, what
anymore?
if I can't play football? And I was like, it just hit me. I'm like, dude, that's your new passion. Like that, like when I was there at SAC, I started watching more CrossFit.
And what year was this? Like your last year there, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was only there I got a preferred walk on there.
Okay.
Right. So it was just during fall camp when I first got there. Yeah. So I honestly probably would have stayed, and because when I got there, like the players weren't even like, it wasn't like, you know, people say you get there and it's like, oh, this is D1. Like, we had more talent and we're playing against better people at our JUCO because our junior college was like the best
and everyone's trying to get
league
out
in the nation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'd be playing against like RCC and everybody's like bounce backs and like Division I players. So it's like when I got to SAC, it was kind of like, this is it.
You thought,
but I mean, I just didn't stay long enough to get like an opportunity because of the concussion stuff and all that. But I was just like, I'm better than everybody playing. Like, but
so it sounds like you come back home.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. I knew I wanted to do CrossFit, so at first when I got back, I couldn't train for a couple months either. Okay. Because like my head. Yeah. Like even doing any movement, like whenever my heart rate started going up, like my head would just start pounding. Wow. And like I would kind of get a little dizzy. So I was like, looking back, I should have probably done more for like brain health and stuff. Like went to go see somebody or something. Yeah. I mean, I just stayed away from training and trying to get my heart rate high. But yeah, I just knew I wanted to pursue CrossFit. Okay. And I knew, I mean, the only thing I'm passionate about, as crazy as it sounds, is fitness and sports and like just bettering. Yeah. You know, that's, I just didn't know or still don't know how to make money from that. Like, I don't know where to start. Yeah. But that's what you want to do. Yeah. That's what I want to do. Yeah. So. Dang. So how do you balance that right now? I mean, we know, correct me if I'm wrong, you're doing the truck driving because it's a means to an end. Like you get enough like money to just survive. And that, How do you decide that? Like, how does that rhythm look like in your life? You know? Right now there's no, my dad's like helping me. He's like supporting me. My dad and my mom. Like, I'm able to do CrossFit full time right now. So, I mean, up until now, pretty much, or like late last year, I was driving, and it would always just be like a workout before work, like maybe 2 hours, and then just work all day and night, and then rinse and repeat. So, I don't know, when people like make excuses about work and stuff, like, I feel like I gained the most fitness at that time. Really? Yeah. I mean, I made the most progress during that time, I would say, just because there was the most intention in my training. Yeah. I'm like, dude, everybody else is training twice a day, like all my competitors and stuff, and I only have this one, So like every session was like very intentful and like intense. Yeah. And I don't know. As weird as it sounds, like it was a good balance. Like, I mean, it wasn't a balance, but like I would be able to train, and then when I get to work, like switch minds. Like you're not. I don't know. Like right now, it's a little tough because like everything is CrossFit. So like,
Yeah, it's life.
there's no like escape from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sound ungrateful or like, but I feel like it can be a little harder than working and doing CrossFit. I mean, not like on the body and stuff, but like on the mind.
Yeah, because
like,
you feel more pressure where you're like,
yeah,
hey, I got
pressure.
no,
Like this
I got
is
no
it.
excuses.
This
I
is
have
all
to make
I'm,
it.
Yeah, this is all I'm doing. Like before, it'd be like I don't know. You would just have an escape. Like like I wouldn't think about it all day. Like
You know what it makes me think of, and this I'm gonna bring it back down to regular humans here, but because I'm a regular human, not elite. But yeah, I think about before I owned the gym, right? My first year of owning the gym, and I would compare back to when I was working 3 jobs. So I was working at 24 Hour Fitness as like a personal trainer. I was also training people out of my garage. Like, I started.
So you don't have to pay that to 24.
No, more so so legit back then, they hated me. Like they hated what I was doing there. Because keep in mind, 24 is built for you to do like bodybuilding and like cable machines, all that stuff. So
yes, you cannot do CrossFit in 24.
So the workout, the 7? It's a hero workout. It's like 7 rounds of 7, 7, 7, 7. And it's like 7 deadlifts, 7 kettlebell swings, 7 pull-ups, 7 handstand push-ups. So like just think about a CrossFit workout and like how much space that takes up.
Yeah.
So I would think about like being in a global gym and I take over like a section for my one workout.
Yeah.
Where like they could have
someone's trying to come.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm using.
No. So what I used to do is I used to bring cones
and mark off the area. Wow.
So I used to, and then
would they know you're the trainer?
So what I would do is I'd be training and I would put my uniform on the side right there. Wow. So like let them know like I work here and like I can do that.
I
can do that. Yeah. I mean I can't, but so what ended up happening and then what I would do is they didn't have bumpers. So back then I brought my own bumpers.
Wow.
To the gym. Yeah, and I would never leave it there. Back then there's no kettlebells and there's no bumpers.
I mean, they were probably looking at you crazy for dropping the weight.
Yeah, I was dropping the weight and they thought it was like nuts.
Right.
So it just became like
especially back in the day.
Yeah.
Now it's a little.
And I was doing it on the second story too. So there's like So I'm like I'm shaking the whole place. Yeah, no, exactly, right. And I remember, so all to say, like I was doing that. I was doing the training people at my garage, and I was also doing some real estate. Kind of similar, like it was a family business, and we're in real estate. And I'm doing, and that was 100%. I'm making money.
Right.
I'm just trying to make money here.
Right.
And when I think back on, and I was also trying to make regionals back then. Wow. It's called regionals.
Yeah.
So
at Del Mar.
Huh? At Del Mar. Yeah. So the tension that I felt was like, again, I was young. I was in school. Then I got engaged. And I was young and married, but like the only thing that mattered to me was training. Right. It was my 100%. My focus was training, and then how can I do all this stuff to justify all the exorbitant amount of times that I'm spending training? Right. And when I look back on it, I was like, man, if I could just like own my own gym, I could work out all day.
And that is not the case.
And and it's not the case. Yeah. So I thought it would justify it.
Right.
And then what happens is like it happens. Right. I go and do that, and I would look back on it, and I would be like, dude. It was easier to train
when you had the job.
When I had the job because like it was almost like this like and it's the crazy thing is I was grinding harder on the hours. Right. I was probably doing like a 60-hour like mid 50s a 60-hour work week and then still training. Right. And back then like we didn't like have Normatec or any of that recovery stuff. So like we would just be like we just thought volume was everything, you know? It was different back then like Ben Bergeron was still like the biggest coach out there back then, and it wasn't what it is today, right? And when I looked, and when I opened the gym, I was like, first of all, you open a gym, you have like no clients when you first start. Right. So I'm like, I'm working out like 6 hours a day. But what's crazy was I was working out more, like working out. It was like a dedicated 6 hours, right? Because I have like clients and training, and then afterwards no training. I felt like I was more productive when I was doing that.
I mean...
So then how do you balance that then? Like how do you live with that tension?
Now?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still trying to navigate it and like figure it out, because like I don't know. It's like, don't get me wrong. Like obviously you become a better athlete training like multiple sessions a day.
Yeah.
And if that's your sole focus, like you're gonna get better than someone that. I mean, not all the time. Like people make it like you hear stories all the time. Oh, I only train an hour, 2 hours a day. Oh, but they're still at that level. But I feel like they've built a base.
Sometimes I also feel like they just say that.
Yeah,
right?
that's BS.
Yeah, like sometimes
people aren't real.
Like sometimes I say like I feel like whenever Rich is on a thing, I'm like, is he trolling everyone right now? He didn't eat.
Right.
I'm like, this man didn't eat food today.
All day.
He had he had like a Gatorade and like 2 shakes.
Right.
I'm like, dude,
I know exactly what video you're talking about.
You know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, there's no way.
Right.
And this guy probably eats like what, 5,000 calories a day.
Right.
And he's on video showing that he sub 700.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, how do you balance the tension of like are you ever like, man, maybe I should go back and work a little bit?
Right. Yeah. I mean, especially when I'm not having good days.
Right.
It's like, sometimes I just feel like a loser, honestly, if we're being real.
That's real. Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's like, I don't know, like I see my dad out there working all day and I'm over here doing CrossFit. It's like, and I'm living under his roof. You know, like I don't know. It's hard. Like I have to really tap into my perspective. Like I'm grateful to have the opportunity and stuff, but like at the same time, it's like, dude, what am I doing? Like especially on days where I don't live up to what I should be doing.
Expect,
like not hitting my paces, not holding on to unbroken stuff. Like it's like, bro,
you almost feel like you're you're wasting your opportunity.
And it'd be different if I was like 21. It's like, okay, I have 15 more years. Like I am 29. Like, and I'm still struggling with this stuff. It's like, am I being real with myself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's mindset, bro.
Yeah. And like, it's like, dude, I see my dad's like 47, 48, like out there grinding all day, like coming home tired. And I'm like, dude, I feel like,
Bro, your dad had you at 20.
No, he had me at 17 and my mom was 15.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That's a story there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a story. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I almost feel guilty, like even sitting down on the couch when this guy is at home. Like, like I feel like I need to be doing something. Because like, bro, this guy's out here grinding all day and like I'm here training. I mean, I have a problem with giving myself grace because like, I'm out here.
There's days where you're like, dude, do I even deserve to be doing this?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm 6 hours a day, like 2 sessions a day. And when it's not about training, it's like
how do you
nutrition, recovery, like going to a float tank and like yoga and like getting work done and stuff. Like it's a job. But like it's not really a I mean, it's a job, you know what I'm saying? This is where I have trouble finding balance. Like I know it's a job and like, dude, people say, "Oh, you're so lucky," but like, dude, you couldn't even put yourself through the training if you tried. Like it's easy, like it sounds easy, but like when you're hurting and like you have like 2 more intervals or rounds and it's like just people couldn't fathom like what it takes. I mean, I'm not trying to be like
I get you.
Oh, you can't sniff my like I'm not trying to be like that, like it's hard, bro. Like, and like doing something early, like in the beginning of the day, and like knowing later you have like this hard piece to do again. This is already hard. It's like I don't know. I don't want to sound ungrateful.
No, you
it's
don't.
Just like the reality of it.
How do you balance like? I mean, this is a real question here. How do you? What's your window? Are you like? How do you even navigate that? How do you think through that? Like, are you like, okay, dude, if I can't, you know, like, how do you know?
I don't know. That's something I've been thinking about recently.
Yeah.
But up until like recent, it's always just been like, I'm just
because you're expecting to make the semis this year, right?
It's just like I'm just gonna go until I make it, or until like I can't. But like, after I don't know. Last year I made semis, and it's like not that it's a shoo-in, but it's like okay, obviously. I mean, they cut it down, so it's like okay.
They cut 20 spots, right?
Yes, from 60 to 40. So it's like that kind of makes you nervous again. But it's like, dude, I got all year. There's no way I'm not gonna get better.
Yeah.
So I do qualify again this year,
Yeah.
but then it's like they give me that, oh, you weren't looking up when you're doing step-ups. You're looking down at the box and you weren't at full extension. It's like, bro.
Dang.
I don't know. That's something I still struggle with.
Yeah.
Like, it happened.
Yeah.
But
how do you take making it and then getting it taken away, and then how do you look at this coming season? Like how does that form you?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a blessing, but like, I mean, I wasn't at the level of the top 10 to qualify for the game, so I knew that in my heart, but I just wanted to go for the experience again, like get more experience. Like I've only done like 3 comps, so that's including the semis last year.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So I just wanted to get more experience and like, I don't know, just to be able to say you made it again. Like I knew I wasn't gonna be contending to make it to the games. My thing was like get experience and then next year it's like build on that. So,
man.
I mean, it was tough, but I just knew I wasn't at that level, so it didn't really hit as hard as it should have, I would say.
Can I share a quote with you?
Yeah.
So it's by Jack Daniels,
Wow.
but and I just want to see like what you take from this, because I actually shared this with Josh, the PT earlier. I said, so he says, if winning is the only thing that rescues athletes from wasting their time training,
Right.
then there are a lot of unhappy people wasting their time running.
Wow.
So what he's saying is like, it's like,
just because you didn't accomplish your
just because you're not winning in the thing, does that mean that all this
you're wasting your time? Yeah,
right. And it's interesting because like you get the people that are like spend their hard-earned money here to try to get fitter, to do difficult things for 1 hour or 2 hours, right? So that their life outside of this space can be better, right? And then on the other side of the spectrum is we got someone like you, Anthony, where you're like the getting better is like
everything,
right? And how do you balance that? How do you balance the idea of like, if
it doesn't work out?
No, not if it doesn't work out, but how do you balance the idea of like I'm performing, like is everything performance oriented? Like how do you know if you're healthy? How do you know if this is like, if you're headed in the right direction? Like you said, you've had days where you're like, I don't know if like my paces were off, and you had days where you question it. How do you wake up again and be like, let's get to work?
Right. Every day is not going to be like successful day, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. You always have that goal. In the grand scheme of things, like one bad training or a bad training day or week or whatever is like nothing. Like if you really tap into your perspective of people out here like trying to figure out how they're gonna pay for rent, or like where they're gonna get their next meal from, So it's like that's where I tap into my perspective. It's like, dude, I don't even like I have a place to live. I have like my whole family. Like we live in an amazing house. Like it's nothing. Like I don't know. I'm trying to find a balance of like being like hungry and like trying to reach my goals and stuff, but also like, they say people like who have no option, it's like that's when they do make it. It's like they have no option. So me, I have options. So it's like,
and you're choosing this.
Right. I'm choosing it, but like I still have to put myself in those people's shoes. Like, dude, these people, this is all they have. So like they're working this hard. Like you can't afford to, like slack off and be like, oh, it's okay the next day. Like, but that's where I have trouble, like not being too much like that. And trying to have some grace with myself sometimes. But
that's good.
Just like with my family, like the balance of, or the stages of everything. Like in LA, like we lived in an apartment, just all of us, like my mom, dad, grandma, my uncle, like all in like a little 2-bedroom apartment. And next door is like a crack house. I don't know how. It was just a house, but like the backyard was all dirty. It was like, I'm pretty sure they didn't pay rent because it was literally like 5 to 10 crackheads living in there. And like, I would just look out and like just watch them sometimes, like, and they'd say hi and stuff, like, and then like our apartments, barbed wire, so all my basketballs would always pop when I'm shooting and stuff like that. And then we moved to Moreno Valley, where it's like, it's suburbs, but like everybody from there is from LA.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So it's like you just upgraded the living situation.
Right.
But it's the same kind of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're like middle class. It's like, I remember one time I invited like 6 of my friends over after football practice. And then my dad talked like, hey, let me talk to you. And I was like, what? And then he was like, you can't be like inviting, basically like, cause they were eating all the snacks and stuff. And it's like, we don't have money to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like going from that to like then Corona, where it's a little nicer, and then obviously better home, pool, stuff like that. So I feel like I've like went through every stage with my parents. Like, I mean, my dad obviously grinded his butt off. That's where I learned my work ethic from, because like working 3 jobs, like sometimes not even sleeping. So it's not like we were just giving it.
Yeah.
Like he earned everything. Yeah. But like I was blessed enough to like go through every stage, like low class, middle class, high class. Yeah. To where he's at now. Yeah. Where we're at now. So
yeah, that's amazing.
I don't even know how we got here.
I don't know how either, bro.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, shoot.
I'm sorry.
I was just like rambling. The tension of like, how do you get up every day and keep doing what you're doing?
Right. Just like, I guess all the experiences that I've been through with that, and even like working the jobs with my dad. Yeah. Like I used to go to the pizza shop with him. He had a pizza shop.
Okay. An entrepreneur, man. Shoot.
Yeah, he's a go-getter for sure. Dude. Yeah. He used to clean CBU. Cal Baptist. We used to clean the building, so like cleaning up the whole floors, the trash, like emptying the trash.
The janitorial services.
Janitorial. Octo Clean.
Okay.
If you've heard of that.
Okay.
Clean the bathrooms and then like to trucking, like
he's had like 3 careers already.
Yeah.
4 careers,
He always says like he's older than he really is just because of the stress. Like, and which kind of scares me because like, dude, I don't know how this guy operates. He barely sleeps and like works. Like there was a time span like during COVID, like this guy would probably sleep like 4 hours a day, if that, and would just be driving all day. And it's like, I think that's why I feel so guilty like doing this sometimes. Like, I mean, obviously, you know how.
But you also like you're trying to give yourself this window to be like, and then, like how do I do this full time, right?
And they say like you have to be selfish to accomplish this goal. Yeah, but
it's cool because like when you do make it, it's like it wasn't just you,
right? No,
like your whole like your like
family, friends, like someone,
There's a lot of people invested in you doing well,
for sure.
So how do you? So do you follow like a traditional 3 on 1 off, 2 on 1 like?
Yeah, pretty much.
You follow like a CrossFit type rest and recovery schedule?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday training. Thursday is like an active recovery. Saturday through Sunday, and then Monday off.
Saturday, Sunday you train.
Yeah.
So you're off Monday, Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursdays I still do like zone 2 and like some hot yoga.
Okay.
Like recovery stuff.
And so you're pretty much on like on a rolling 7 days. You're on relative like six-ish days a week.
Yeah.
How many of those on a week-to-week basis were you like, that wasn't a good session?
Honestly, not many.
Oh, so you mostly have good days.
I mean, yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like what holds me back in CrossFit is like the high skill stuff. Like, so when it comes to like effort or like the willingness to like put out stuff, like effort and stuff, I've never had a problem with that. Like, I feel like most of CrossFit is that. It's like, how bad do you want it?
How bad you want to send it,
How bad do you want to hurt?
Yeah.
And most days, like, I could always pull that out of me, but it'll just be some days where it's like a bad lifting day. Like, I couldn't hit my percentages on snatch, which isn't a terrible day because it's always a CrossFit Metcon or something where I can redeem myself and, like, kind of make up for that.
Yeah.
But one day out of every 2 weeks or something like that, I would say, okay, that you could have done better here.
Yeah.
But, not too often, especially like, cause I feel like I do a pretty good job of being like, okay, this is all you have to do. Like you have no option. Like you're not gonna be sitting here being a bum and not also like giving out effort and what you're like. This is your job. That's why I tell myself. Like, it's hard. That's why it's kind of hard to relate to people like in the gym. Not that they're bad people or anything, but it's like. I don't know.
The stakes aren't the same.
Yeah, in my gym and in our area, there's not many people just doing CrossFit, like trying to make this their livelihood.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Everything's just like, oh, I'm here to get a good workout in, a good sweat. And like, if I don't do good or if I miss that, it's okay. Like, but, and I'm like, this is my life. So like, people always tell me like, you look so mad. Like, and I'm like, I promise you, I'm not mad, and I'm not like, but like,
it just means something to you.
Yeah. Like, I didn't dedicate my whole life and like my whole to just come in here and complete the workout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make it. Like, that
reminds me like when I used to hoop, and my mom would always be like, "Do you like?"
Okay,
she would be like, "Do you like basketball?" I'm like, "I love basketball."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why are you mad?" I'm like,
I'm a competitor, bro.
I'm just like, I only knew how to play angry, you know? So
yeah, for sure. I could relate to that. Like, that's why it's just hard to relate sometimes to people. And there's nothing against them. Like, I think sometimes I have a hard time like turning that switch off of like being so serious and like everything. I'm trying to find a balance in that. Like, because I don't want to be this dickhead and like, you know, people will be like, oh, that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks he's better than it. Like, that's not it at all. Like, I'm just so like focused and like need to. That's why sometimes I kind of prefer training at home than in the gym, because like at home it's like it's just you. Yeah. I mean, it's hard for sure. It's hard to push like when there's no one even watching or no one even else even training. It's like, but
that's funny because I do like executive coaching. So I coach a lot of guys like your dad, honestly. And the funny thing is it's funny because I have this picture of who your father is right now, and like, okay, he's a father at 17, and then like I wasn't a father at 17, but I can only imagine what goes through your head. And you know, when you become a father at 17, there's really only two ways to go. It's like I'm either gonna like run away from the situation,
right, or
I'm gonna I'm gonna be like a buffalo and just go all the way in. Right. And you know, I could in the way that you describe him and how you sound really proud of him. Yeah, like sure. He's a man of like not only his word, but like the fact that, you know, he sleeps 4 hours. He never stops, right? And it's interesting seeing people like that. And one thing that I notice about the people that I coach that have this similar trait is there's this feeling of I can't stop what I'm doing, right? And like you say, you know, there's a pressure that can't be understood by most people. Right. There's a responsibility that they've placed on themselves that can't be understood by most people. Like, so when you say like I'm training by yourself, I always think of like executives where it's like these people are at the highest level of what they do in business because it's everything that they do when no one's watching. Yeah. Like they have to, like, you know, you sit in an office and it's like, well, what do you do when you left to your own vices? Right. You could, like, everybody thinks most CEOs, like, you know, sit in a high rise office chair and they don't do jack.
They're probably working harder than anybody.
The most of them are working like dogs. Yeah. Right. And people don't understand that, like, that's how they got to that spot that they're actually at. Right. They're not some like overlord. Right. That's like, just, oh yeah, enjoying you go. Life. Yeah. 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 Which I'm sure they do to some level, or you're just like sick. Right. You know, you're like, I just like to punish myself and work really, really hard. And yeah, man, that's what I think of is like when people train, like because of the season of life that I'm in, I got 3 kids, 7, 5, 2. I'm not even trying to think about competing until like which is funny because you're like 40s is like, I'm done. No, I'm just, but like for me, I'm like, right now, my focus is raising my children and staying as fit as I can while I do that. To be around for them so that when they're a little bit older, I'm like, hey, maybe this is something that I could pursue really hard with my son because he'll be like 12 years old. Trying to get it. Hey, why don't we train together and see how far I can push it? But right now, while they're young, I don't want to miss that part of their life. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? And that's such a hard balance. And there's even moments where like, I'll be honest, like I told my first coach that I ever hired, I don't know if you know Pam? No. She's like a 2 or 3 time regional athlete back then. But I told her, like, when she was coaching me, I was like, man, my biggest thing is like I'm afraid I might resent my family someday. Because
you weren't able to chase what you wanted.
Yeah, I chased what I really wanted, right? Yeah. And it's tough because like I felt guilty, and talk about guilt. I felt guilt in the sense that I'm like, I kind of already got one dream. Right. I already got to go do the gym. That was like I got to do that. Now I'm like, am I selfish for wanting
more?
Yeah.
I think you know? I think it's tough. Like because if you're not happy, then you're not going to be the best person for your family. Yeah. So it's like you do have to find that balance of like making yourself happy, but also being there for them. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I think I just going back to the whole like CEOs being the hardest working people.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like hindered me in being balanced, as in like doing something and also competing. Because like I see my dad, like it never stops. Yeah, it's like even when he's home, like I mean he's working all day every day because he still has to dispatch drivers and stuff, and he's always talking, hey, go get doors 46 or something like that, and it's like. Or talking to a manager like, yeah, sorry we missed that, or we can do that for you. Like, never
24/7. Yeah.
And when he gave me an opportunity to put on a truck and get paid as a like owner operator, which is a lot more than a regular driver. And he was like, if you do this, like, you got to commit to it. And like, you see all these other athletes, they have businesses and stuff, but like. All I know and all I see is like that 24/7, like being on call, and working. And like it's like I can't. Like I feel like if I do that, my life is over. Like I'm.
You're doing one or the other.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's hurt me a little bit in finding balance. Like I think I need to do a better job of like trying to pursue other things. Like
do you have hobbies outside of training?
No. Even with like girls, like it hinders me because like it's just
this is so real, man.
I'm being as real as I could be. Like I don't know. I feel like I've sacrificed so much. Like I don't know. Even if I start talking to a girl, it's like okay, like oh let's go out, and okay I come home late,
and you're like
and I can't like I miss out on sleep, and that affects my next.
Yeah, you're like hey I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, and like. It's just not. I feel like the only way I can have a girl is like she's doing what I'm doing. Yeah,
like she's got to be into what you're doing. Yeah,
and like I just have yet to find that.
Someone
but like I don't know. Like I said, I'm an extremist. So like that's with all aspects of life. Like
when I had my son, 2018, we were like a year into that. It was 2019, and my wife was like, hey, like because all I did was like work and train, and then. Focus on physical therapy, trying to get my back better. Right. And she's like, what are you doing for fun right now? And I remember I looked at her and I was like,
training is fun.
I was like, for me, like winning in life is fun.
Right. Yeah.
For me, like that's the ultimate fun is like, I know that I'm living out my mission. I'm serving people. I'm helping people. I'm taking care of myself. I'm providing for my family. Like for me, that's fun. That's fun. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah. And it's funny because like, I actually look at people that like, I got friends that like play video games all the time. Like they like I play Call of Duty, but like I'm a social Call of Duty player. Right. So like
get in the chat room.
I can't go play by myself. Right. I'll go in and like I'm there just really to talk smack with you guys. Yeah. And then I suck. Right. So I'm out here. Yeah, I'm camaraderie. You guys carry me and like you got to bring me back all the time because I suck. Right. But like I got friends that will play video games by themselves, and or they'll go like. Watch them like I can't even watch TV. Like I don't watch shows. Right. I don't game like, and I look at that and I'm almost envious that they're able to like disconnect and enjoy something just for that's for my therapist to figure out. But like it's like I have a little envy on that where it's like oh you can really enjoy like just downtime like that.
Just a regular Even when I do stuff like that, like I'll start to feel guilty. It's like dude, I could have spent that time doing something else like stretching and stuff like that. So it's like
it's not because of the balance of that. I think those things are for the mind.
I have a hard time like because I try to I don't know. I get inspiration from like people who are great.
Yeah, 100.
Like and that's all I look up to. It's like just seeing like all of them talk about like there's no balance. Yeah. And like as bad as it sounds, but like, I don't know. I guess just comparing myself to them, like I think that's where I find trouble. Like even with social media, like posting, like I'll have all these videos and clips of training, and I'm like, dang, should I post these? And it's like, would Rich Froning or Matt Frazier post? Like they don't ever post themselves training. Like why would I? And they're what I'm trying to get to. Yeah, like, that's what I'm trying to be like. Yeah, and you see all the people that have all these followers and like posting their stuff all the time. Like they're amazing follows, but like they're not the best. Yeah, and then it's like, man, but you're not Rich or Matt. Like like are you ever gonna get to that? What if you spend your whole life trying to be like them and you barely make it to the games, or you you know, you don't even live up to any of that. It's like, did you waste your whole life? Like, because me personally, like, I love posting like content. I love social media. Like, it's just fun to me.
You know,
like I enjoy it. But
do you know who Jason Kleba is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hung out with Jason Kleba last like Thanksgiving. Wow. Like I flew up there to spend the day with him, and that guy's so generous with his time and like his resources and who he knows. And
crazy how many gyms he has.
He's got 2 now.
Oh, he sold them. All the NC Fits are his now?
Nah, those are all gone.
Sorry, Jason.
I don't know. We'll cut that. No, but he's down to 2 now. Okay, well. But that's just a testament of like how hard like this game is too, right? He's going all in on digital now. But when I was talking to Jay, like one of the things that he said was, so I don't know how far back you go, but he used to have this thing where he wrote, "What's Rich doing?" And like Rich made it like a training program. So Rich is that's how it. So that whole thing came because Jason wrote that and posted on his garage. Wow. And it's funny that you say that, like you think about what they're doing, and I think there's validity in that. And I used to really struggle with that. Like one time Luke called me out. He goes, "Hey, I think you should unfollow Rich." And I was like, I love that guy.
Right.
Like, he's so,
there's no chance.
He's so, and I did. Really? And the reason why was I wasn't following him the right way.
Right.
Instead of being inspiration, I started like coveting his life. Right. And like that's not who I was made to be. Right. I wasn't made to be Rich Jr. or like, you know, someone like I'm meant to be the fullest version of me. Right. And I think that was a perspective shift that I had where I think it's okay to draw inspiration. Right. But I think we got to be careful with drawing a line on like, I want to be that. I want to have that person's life because you don't want to have anybody's life other than yours. You know, and I think that's a real like I still periodically when I'm in a bad place, I'll say stuff like, "Man, look at like this guy's doing this, and this." Like, I got the same situation. Right. Why can't I like? Everybody's like, you know, and everybody's different. Everybody's got a different journey, right? Yeah. Like, Rich didn't grow up. Was it LA? Like he didn't grow up in K-Town. You know, he grew up in a different place. Like the context is so his family situation is different, right? And the way that we learn to work hard is different, and I think that's okay. You know. Yeah. So, dude, I didn't expect this conversation to like get so heavy. It was a heavy conversation, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, I want to wrap up with some fun questions. Okay. First question is, you know, we haven't really chatted nutrition. What does your nutrition look like right now in this season of life? Real talk, bro.
As in what I eat?
Yeah.
I'm the type of person who could eat like the same thing every day. So it's like for breakfast I'll have like 2 pieces of sourdough for 4 eggs. Okay. I put the honey on the sourdough. Okay. And then like a plate of fruit. Okay. With 3 pieces of turkey bacon. Okay. And that's breakfast. Okay, that's like a Luke breakfast, man. Yeah. Luke I have to drive to La Puente, so like I don't get to eat lunch until like 4 or 5. Okay. So the big breakfast holds. So you eat one big meal. And then carbs like during training will be like liquid form or powder form. So that, and then lunch will be like 200 grams of white rice and 6 grams of ground beef. Okay. And then for dinner, usually like steak, New York, and white rice. And you eat like, what time is dinner? Not as early as it should be. Usually like 9:30 or 10. Dang. So you eat and you go to sleep? Yeah. Dang. Yeah. That's pretty much what I eat every day, honestly. Yeah. You know what's crazy is like when I was training a ton in my early 20s, I ate a pint of ice cream. Really? Right before bed every day. No chance. One pint. The whole thing? Yeah, like one pint. Way. There's no chance. Yeah. Like I would just. Why? Just because. I mean, you obviously love ice cream. I loved ice cream at the time, and then what's crazy was from eating that much ice cream, I became lactose. I don't know how my body just like became like. By the time I turned 27, I couldn't like if I eat ice cream. Like if we go get ice cream right now, I'll have diarrhea after. Wow. Yeah. My dad's the opposite way. Like he was lactose his whole life. Yeah. And then this guy got into magnesium pills because you know how they make you poop. Yeah. And like I said, he's an extremist. Would take like 8 to 10 pills. I'm like, bro, this guy's gonna overdose on magnesium. Dang. And I guess like pooping out so much like cleanse his stomach or something. Now he can have dairy. Before he was terrible. Like interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so that's your day. So what time is that meal usually?
Dinner?
Breakfast.
Breakfast, like 9.
Okay.
8:39.
Okay, so that makes sense. So because you're at 8, and then
Yeah, and I'll get to the gym like at 11 usually.
Okay.
And then train till like
4.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah, 3, and then eat, and then train again like at 5 or 6.
Dang.
I'm trying to fix my schedule, honestly. If I'm being real, like I feel like I stay up too late and I train too late. Like most events are like start at 9 in the morning or something, and I'm like barely waking up. Like,
you're trying to dial into a competition schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know a lot of I know a lot of the Asian competitors. I don't know why it's Asian and European competitors. They train on a active Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Oh, you just okay.
To assimilate.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So that's why my rest days on Monday.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Most competitions are Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
My guy is all in, dude.
All of them.
All in, bro. I like that. So that's the food stack. What you got on subs? You take any subs other than carbs?
Creatine, Shilajit.
Shilajit? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I take that every morning.
That black stuff?
Yeah. It tastes like
tell me so okay, bro.
What?
You take Shilajit, bro?
Yeah, why?
That's
not a banned substance. Right?
No, it's not, but it's like an Alaskan monkey shit, right? Sorry, I just cussed on the podcast.
I don't know where it is.
Dude, you know that comes from like
mountains.
Yes, and it's the monkeys pooping, and then it turns into
it tastes like it.
Yeah, yep. The monkeys poop on it, and then it calcifies.
Yeah.
And then people go and scrape it off the rocks.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know. I promise you, I didn't know it was from monkey poop.
So
I knew it was from mountains. Like they.
Yeah.
Like
it's in the Himalayas. It's hard to get.
The guy I get it from, he actually goes like hikes and does it himself. Like the whole process.
Bro, so my brother became vegan for like 2 years. Like he was like 100 pounds.
Vegan, yeah.
He was like 100-pound vegan. And I was like, I was looking at him, I was like, yo, I question everything about you right now, bro. Like, that's not natural. Right. But I love vegans. but like, I remember like, he goes, dude, you got to try Shilajit. And I was like, what's that? And he's spending crazy money on this stuff too.
Yeah, it's expensive,
and I'm
bro.
like, okay, tell me why
$75.
Tell me why you take that, bro. Because I smelled it once and I was like,
oh yeah,
how could you do this to yourself?
Yeah, like I have everybody in my family try it, my mom and stuff. They all like,
is this like your snake oil? Like this is like your secret recipe? Like your secret hack?
It's pretty popular now, especially it's getting popular. In the
I only know because of my brother.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's getting popular, but
what does it do?
I'm the type of person, honestly, I don't know exactly what it does. I just know it's good for you. And I'm like, if it's good for you, it can't help. If it's not making me feel bad, it's probably helping me. So I'm saying, like,
and it's not banned.
Yeah,
as long as it's not banned.
It's not banned. Like,
someone went to the
honestly, I do feel like energized after I take it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm very like, I'm not sensitive to stimulants.
Yeah.
Like I could take stuff and like, people be like, "Oh, I feel good." I'm like, I feel the same. Yeah. But like,
but you're doing is like you're like, if I'm gonna take it, I don't want to miss out on not taking it.
And I've seen multiple people like high fitness like
really
like back it. So
really,
yeah,
I haven't heard that yet. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel good after I take it.
I can't believe that we're talking about Shilajit right now.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, this conversation.
I haven't thought about Shilajit for like 10 years.
Huh?
Since 10 years.
Wow.
And it's like black. It's like it comes in like a a little. And I looked at it and I was like, this. I literally looked at it. I was like,
looks like
bro,
goo.
you've been sold. This is a scam. I literally was like, this is a scam, bro.
No,
I'm mind blown right now. That is resurfaced in my life.
Hit your brother up and ask him for.
I'm like, yo, let me.
But,
oh man. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So it's creatine,
Shilajit. Have you heard of that company, Ketone IQ?
Yeah.
I take that for my second session instead of like pre-workout.
Okay.
I feel like it gives me a good boost of energy.
Okay.
So second session will be that and some beta alanine.
Okay.
Just a scoop. First session will be pre-workout.
Yeah.
And then carb and protein powders.
Yeah.
Supplement wise, I feel like that's it. Oh, cherry juice before bed. My nutritionist.
What kind of tart cherry juice?
Tart cherry juice.
Yeah, where did you get it from? Sprouts?
Yeah, Sprouts.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So I feel like it's helped.
If you have gout, I recommend tart cherry juice. It's great for the gout, great for lowering the uric acid.
Yeah, exactly.
And inflammation in general. So how long you been doing what you're doing with food?
I feel like I've always eaten healthy, like since I've been playing football at Chafee. Not in high school, but Chafee. Like I really started diving into nutrition more. Okay. But I wasn't eating enough. And then I started working with a nutritionist last year right after semis. Yeah. And I feel like it's helped a lot with just the amount I need. Sometimes I feel like I may be eating a little more than I need to. It's like, do I really need all these?
Do you track it all?
Yeah. It's technically not tracking, but I mean, I'd still like track.
Like you know.
I get like grams of how much I'm supposed to eat every meal and stuff like that. Yeah.
What do you hit on protein?
It's like 200 grams.
Okay, hit 200. You 200 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hit exactly
body weight. Yeah.
Body weight. Nice, man.
I maybe a little more. I might go over something.
What's your total caloric intake?
That I don't even know.
Honestly. Over 4?
Yeah.
Over 5?
No, I think a little under 5. Or maybe 5 plus on hard training days.
Dang. Yeah. I'm on a cut right now, so I'm eating like 2,200 calories.
You look. I was going to tell you, you look skinnier than the last time I saw you.
Well, it's funny because I weigh more. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably muscle.
I'm 218, bro. And I'm not training like that, so I don't know where it's coming from. But
what would you say your like ideal 200?
When I was training like a lot pre kids, pre-injury, I sat between 183 and 195. Wow. I would like kind of fluctuate in that range because back then I didn't track either. I was one of those like paleo heads, bro. Right. So
that's the thing. I'm like, if a caveman can't eat it, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah. So I just did like paleo diet with ice cream. Right. And that was like my kind of because it's kind of hard to eat like get a lot of calories doing paleo unless you eat mad fat. Yeah. Unless you eat a ton of fat, like you got to be crushing avocado, like ribeye cut meat. And I wasn't doing that. I was eating ground beef and ground turkey every meal. Yeah. I've told this story many times, but I ate ground turkey, sweet potato, and I alternated between broccoli and asparagus for 120 days. Every meal.
Really? And were you shredded though?
I was lean. I was way leaner. Yeah. And the reason why I did that wasn't because I was trying to be shredded. It was because I was poor. Wow. It was 100% because literally I was like, this is the best nutrition I can get. Yeah. And it's costing me like $1 a meal. Yeah. And I can eat like 4 to 6 of them a day. So
when people say you don't have money to eat it's just BS.
That's false. You just want to eat flavored good. Right. And you don't want to cook it. But you can eat really well for like $10 a day. Bro, for like $10 a day, you can eat really, really well. So, but it's just not like ideal. I don't eat ground turkey anymore.
That's all. I ate ground turkey a lot, like the 99-1.
That's gross.
Yeah, but that's when I was like a little like chubbier, trying to like I just wanted to be lean. I thought being lean was being better. Yeah. And I ate that for like years, every single meal. That, the little cabbage slaw and rice with some Yoshida sauce. If you know what that is.
I do know what Yoshida sauce is.
But it was so dry.
I switched from Yoshida to Bachans.
Bachans?
I'm on Bachans now. It's Japanese. It's like a red cat Japanese sauce.
The squirter? Yeah, I know exactly.
They got a green one too, the yuzu one. That was good
they have a blue one too.
Yeah, blue one too, So.
But that's all I ate, and it's like, I'm straight off ground turkey now. Yeah,
I haven't had it since 2015.
What do you eat now? Ground beef?
Ground beef. Yeah, and I have a little plug. So
even the 93.7 is not that dry to me. So
I get 96.4.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They don't even sell that at my Sprouts.
Really? You get it like grocery outlet or.
Okay. I tried to do grass fed though.
Oh yeah. No.
Do you think there's a difference?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Especially with the steaks. Like the grass-fed steaks are always like more tender.
So I think if you're looking from macros, it's the
same.
It's the same.
You're right.
But from a mineral standpoint, and could you have less inflammation? Right. Could you over the course of a year doing that feel different? I think so. Yeah. But over the course of doing it different for like 2 meals,
no, it's
I
not
don't think it makes.
It's not gonna do anything.
I don't think it matters. So
that's why I even eat like more red meat than chicken, because I feel like nutritionally it's like more you have more
rich. Yeah, vegans aren't going to hear that though,
Oh
bro.
no.
I got a couple more fun questions, man. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One meal?
Yeah,
Ground beef, rice, avocado.
every meal.
Every meal.
For the rest of your life.
And 2 eggs on top. Over easy. So you pop the yolks,
Pop
so
the
it'll kind
yolks.
of make it moist.
There we
And
go. Yeah, I might have that for lunch. That sounds delicious.
yes, it's amazing.
Okay, and if you could only do one training movement for the rest of your life, what would it be? One movement. Like you can't. Like if you do this, you can't swim. You can't. Like for example, it would be like I would do the breaststroke or the freestyle in the pool.
Right.
That's my one movement for the rest of my life. Exercise.
Probably like a squat clean.
Oh yeah.
Has a little bit of everything. You get like the pull off the ground.
Yeah.
For like a deadlift, and it's dynamic, so it's fun. It's not boring. And then you get the squat. It works a little bit
like
of
that.
everything. I
I
don't
like
know.
that. I say thrusters, but I don't like
It's too much pain.
I like thrusters for the sake of I think it give you the best result.
Yes,
but
squat
I don't.
clean you can drop and breathe. A thruster is
Yeah.
dude, you're suffocating.
Yeah. All right, I got 2 more.
Okay.
Are you the fittest Asian American in the USA? What's the data on that?
I don't think no. I think Josh Hong, he's a Korean also.
Okay. He's
in North America East.
okay.
But I think he's higher than me.
He's a Korean American.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh dang.
Yeah. That's the only one. That's the only other Asian I know.
Dang.
And he's Korean too, so it's pretty crazy.
Koreans are dominating right now.
Korea,
Korea.
CrossFit in Korea is booming.
Yeah, it's booming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they try in China and Asia. The problem with it is there's too much draw to Olympic sports. Like CrossFit doesn't pay. I don't know if you know this, but if you're an Olympic, if you're an Olympian in China, they take care of you.
Not in the U.S. You saw how much the gold medal is
100%, bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
47,000.
Yeah. I mean, in Europe they give you a house and a stipend.
Wow.
And a car and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
China I know is crazy.
So how good you are in China, depending on what rank you are,
Right.
you eat in a different food hall.
Really?
Based on how you perform.
Really?
Yeah.
China's just different. I know you saw that video of how the Olympic people, the weightlifters go and scout at the children elementary school. They look at their body plans, have them do exercises.
It's real.
And they choose 3 people out
Yeah.
of and go talk to their parents. Hey.
But then what's crazy is they do that around a bunch of villages.
Really? Okay.
So it's they're groomed
Right.
to
but they're doing that their whole life. That's
yeah.
so it makes sense.
Those kids are doing midnight homework too, bro.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, man. Josh Hong. Okay, cool. Shout out to Josh Hong, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is, but Korean American.
I've never met him and I've never competed against him, but in the openness, this past year, I know he got higher than me.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we're friends on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Right on, man.
Hope to meet him someday.
Right on, man. Do you think right now it's possible for you to pursue health while pursuing performance? So, do you think what you're doing is healthy, or do you think this is straight up? I'm trying to win a game.
No, yeah,
and
it's not healthy.
So you actually don't think it's healthy?
No.
What elements of it you think is not?
I mean,
healthy?
it's just too much. If I was just training to be healthy, I wouldn't do nearly as much volume, and I know people probably don't want to hear this, but there's always something aching on my body. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think how much I do. I'm pretty, I guess, healthy, but that's another thing with CrossFit. When I first started, there was a span of 2 years where 6 months I would be able to train, and then 6 months I wouldn't be able to do nothing with my upper body because I had tendinosis in my shoulder.
Oh, dang.
It was getting so bad to where I couldn't go to bed without the only time I wouldn't feel pain is when I would be sleeping.
Wow.
So
that's serious.
Yeah. So for the first 2 years, I would train hard and train so hard because I was trying to catch up to the other people.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to train for 6 months. Then it came back again hard and the same thing. So
wow.
I mean, but if you do enough accessory and stuff, I feel as the older I'm getting, the more I learn, I'm becoming healthier because I'm learning what I need to do to upkeep and support all the volume.
You know what I used to do for a warm up before I trained?
What?
A WOD.
That's your warm up.
Like,
Yeah, that like people always make fun of me. Like, dude,
like
you
my
warm
warm
up
up
for an hour.
Like my warm up for Fran would be like, I'll do Cindy.
Oh my god,
Bro, we used to knock it out like that. It was not right.
yeah.
Like in hindsight, I'm like, that's why like my back was messed up.
Right.
Because like I simply was just doing too much volume.
Right.
Like, and then like I think you take way better care of yourself. My way of self care was like, okay, I'm not feeling good. I'll take Advil.
Oh no.
Yeah, I would take Advil.
I don't even take. I couldn't tell you the last.
I smell like Bengay all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. People always make fun of me. Like, you take an hour to warm up, like for a 10-minute workout. It's like, yeah, but you haven't been hurt the way I've been hurt.
Yeah.
Like, you go out and not be able to do something for 6 months, especially that you love to do, or to a year. Like, then you'll start taking the warm up and cool down more serious. Like,
Yeah.
especially this is like my whole life, so it's like, imagine, that's why I had a little bit of a depression, honestly, for a while. It's like, from doing this, like, and this is what I want to do, to not being able to do it.
Yeah.
And I felt like my mindset was bad because obviously it was like the only thing I wanted in life. But
for sure, dude.
yeah,
Dude, this is a great conversation, man.
it was.
Any quote or mantra that you live by? Do homework at midnight.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm terrible with stuff like this. Like, right when I leave and when I get in my car, I'll probably think of all of these great mantras.
Yeah.
But I don't know, when someone asks me a question,
What do you like? Is there anything that you feel like this is me in this season right now? This is what life is right now. This is what I'm about.
I would say one is like, it doesn't matter, get better. Like, I don't know, nobody cares about circumstances or how late you stayed up last night, or even if you can't do the workout, like, it doesn't matter, get better. Like, do something else to get better. I don't know, this was one of my friends told it to me. He's a strength coach at Cincinnati, one of my best friends, but it always stuck with me. I actually have like a thing in my gym, a poster with it doesn't matter, get better. So
That's the mantra.
right now, that's all I could think of. Yeah.
And you live. I feel like you live by that right now. That's good, man.
Appreciate that.
Where can people get the follow, bro?
At Anthonee Yim, ANTHONEEYIM, and
go.
on Instagram. That's all I really have. Maybe I need to get on Facebook.
Put your phone number out here.
I was like, wait, what? 213.
Right on, man. Any last words, bro?
None much. Appreciate you for having me on. Yeah,
good to chat,
I'm
bro.
grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We're gonna kind of revamp the Happy Healthy Human podcast, and this is one of the first episodes coming out with
New beginnings.
New beginnings. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Eric with the Healthy Human. That is not it. bro, that is not it. Bro, you can tell it's my first time.
Get it painted
bro,
in here
bro.
so you can just read off of it.
It's a rebrand.
I'm not ready for the rebrand, dude. All right, I'm try again. Clap it in one more time.